All right, everybody, I hope you're ready for some Link to the Past, the second best game ever made. We've got more Deeps here running it. It's a randomizer. I don't know a heck of a lot about randomizers, so I'll let him do all the explaining. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and bring him on.
What is going on, everybody? I am More Deeps. We are here today to play some Link to the Past randomizer. It's gonna look very similar to the base game for anybody that has played the base game before, but every single item that we can pick up in this game has been potentially moved to a different location. Some of them we'll find in the original spots, but it's not very likely. I think in all the times I've done it, it's only ever been a handful of them where I've actually seen it. So which sprite this time? So the thing about this is it's TACOthon, right? So I can change the sprite of who I'm playing with, and I do almost every time. And because we're doing TACOthon, I was looking for some kind of a food reference. We'll just go TACOthon. Where's my numbers? I thought numbers are in here. Numbers aren't in here. I was going to do 2021, but we're just going to go TACOthon. But we're going to play as Guy Fieri today, the mayor of Flavortown, for TACOthon 2021. And the category for this one is the randomizer. And one of the things right off the top that we're going to do is there's an entrance that we can shuffle around. So normally I play this on open, which you just start in the house like normal, and you can kind of go anywhere. We're actually going to do the normal entrance that you get here. So we're going to escape from the dungeon with Zelda, and all that fun stuff. So I think we're ready to go ahead and get started here. So I'll give it a second, and then we'll count down from 3. So we'll go in 3, 2, 1, and go. The seed is bootless unless you need boots. That is so accurate. And we're gonna check like as many chests as possible just to kind of find all of the items that we need. So we've got this tracker down here in the bottom left corner. It's gonna be telling us what items that we need as we go. And there's like a set number of things that we're gonna need to complete this game. Because we need to finish enough dungeons to get a 7 crystals, so we can get into Ganon's tower at the end. We don't even really care too much about the pendants. And we got a hammer. So the uncle right here is guaranteed to give you some kind of an item. What that item is, or weapon, rather. It could be bombs, it could be the hammer, it could be a sword, it could be either of the 2 canes in this game, it could be the bow. I was really hoping that it was not either of the canes. So we've got a hammer, so we're good to go. Now what I'm going to do a little bit is I'm going to try and fight kind of as many guards as I can on the way down to find Zelda, because after a certain number of the guards, it's a guaranteed drop for 8 bombs, and I'm just kind of fishing for bombs right now because one of the things in this entrance requires that we have 1 single bomb to blow open a wall, and it's got 3 checks behind it. So if we don't get a bomb, it's not the end of the world. It's 3 checks, and they might not even have anything. But just to kind of cover our bases and get things on as much of a linear path as we can, because this is going to be like Katie Moon's game with Shivers, where the routing of this is going to be dependent on what I find, not necessarily any specific routing. I usually play this version where I do this escape the same way. So I'll do the escape sequence. I'll head over to Kakariko Village. I'll do a number of checks there, and then it's kind of all over the place from there. Hit the guard, not the sword. And we got a red cane. Red cane is good because if we need to do either Turtle Rock or Misery Mire, which are normally the last 2 dungeons in the game, we would require that we have the Red Cane. So we're hoping this guy gives you some bombs. Nope. So this guard over here, normally if you have the sword, he's 8 sword slashes, or a bottle and 4 sword slashes, or just 2 bottles will take him down pretty easily. The hammer would probably do pretty good against him as well. You got to watch out for that guy though, because he'll spin his ball and chain, and I think each time you get hit, it is a full heart's worth of damage, and 3 hearts and you die, and have to do most of this sequence again. We're gonna try not to have to die, unless we're doing like a death warp. So if I don't find a mirror and I want to get around dungeons quickly, oftentimes I'll just take a death on purpose, and it'll put me back to the beginning of the dungeon with a decent amount of hearts. Either if I don't have the mirror and need to warp somewhere, or if I get into a dungeon and I'm low on hearts and I just want to fill up, sometimes I will just take a death and get a couple hearts back. So now we're gonna go back past these guards here. Still fishing for a bomb and nothing. Nobody wants to give me bombs today, which is fine. After we get out of this sequence, I'll check so we can look at our map and we'll see what items we have or which dungeons that we have. At least in the light world, I need a combination of items before I get to the dark world to be able to survive and to be able to kind of navigate in and out easily. And you'll notice too, anyone that's familiar with the base game, there's a lot of dialogue things that are just not present while we're playing. That's the randomizer. In order to like cut down on some of the time, some of the like dialogue options are just missing. Except for there's one that I believe they extended. I'm getting all the arrows today. There's one dialogue option that I believe they extended specifically for the randomizer in order to punish people for bumping into the guy. There's a guy up on Death Mountain before we would get to like in the base game on the way to Tower of Hera. There's a bully that's kicking a little round guy around, and if you bump into either of them, I think the bully, the dialogue is obnoxiously long. That mouse over there on the left-hand side always has a key. No bombs today. Bummer. I hate running into that guy. I got a fairy, though. You can give me a fairy, but no bombs? Wow. Okay. So now I know right off the bat that there are still 3 checks that I could potentially make in the cathedral here. I think one of them is a map, so it doesn't, unless we get the map right here. Cape, which could potentially be used for the Cape Cave check in a little bit when we get to the Dark World, but for the most part, we're all done with that sequence. We're going to go to the map here. So Eastern Palace over there is a pendant dungeon, so I'm going to mark that here. We got a crystal, red crystal, and a normal crystal down in Desert Palace. So we're going to try to avoid Eastern Palace because it's just a pendant. We don't really need it. And then we need to do Tower of Hera and Desert Palace for crystals, which tells me that there are 2 pendant dungeons in the Dark World. For my own sanity, I'm hoping one of them is an Ice Palace. I don't normally check this cave, but so I was just in a 100 rupees, a tournament qualifiers for the Link to the Past randomizer community, and the very first race that I did, I didn't check that cave, and it ended up being a medallion that I needed for Misery Mire and for Turtle Rock. And I spent like a half hour looking for it. So, Moon Pearl. All right. So now we can avoid turning into Anne Burrell every time we go to the Dark World. You probably won't see Anne Burrell today. I believe it was the Quake Medallion, which... There's the Quake Medallion. You can skip that guy by hitting those trees and then just, like, kind of going up and over him. So the biggest problem here is I don't have any bombs for Thieves' House. Or Blind's House. I'm going to just try it and see if we get some bombs in any of the 5 chests that are down here. I've got 70 rupees, so I could go down to the bomb shop and purchase some and then come back up, but I'm rolling the dice on there being a bomb in here so that I can spend my rupees instead on the bottle vendor. Hey, and we're good. I'm also playing, because I have the randomizer, I'm playing with quick item swaps. So instead of having to go to the menu, I can just use L and R, and it'll go back and forth through my entire inventory. So now we have enough rupees for the bottle vendor, as well as enough bombs to finish out Cake Rico. And if we still need bombs, if we don't pick up any more before we leave here, I have an extra 50 rupees that I could spend at the vendor at the bottom of the town in order to pick up 10 more bombs. And then what we find here will kind of dictate where we go next. Typically, I like to go down to the dam and then over to Mini Moldorm Cave. Throw the bomb, please. And then over to Mini Moldorm Cave. And what we get in the next couple checks will really determine if I do that or if I can go up to the mountain or over to the Desert Palace. So that's good to see. I like a sword. All right. So that actually, because we picked up the Moon Pearl earlier, and now we have the glove and we have the hammer from before, I now have access to the Dark World almost right off the bat. So I think when I finish up here, I'm gonna go down and we're gonna check the race past the brother's house just for any items. If we don't see anything there that we like, we're gonna go and check out the Dark World. With 6 hearts, I feel pretty confident that we can take Blind down. We do have a bottle, so I can go to Sick Kid. Hey, I like that. I like a bow. So, I've kind of been talking about it on my own channel in kind of preparation for this. I like the idea of like people doing donation incentives and things. So for the charity, if this seed requires that I go fight Aghanim, the first Aghanim, by going into the castle tower, for every blue ball that Aghanim throws at me, I will donate like $5. If we don't have to do it and there's time towards the end of the run, like after I finished Aghanim 2, when I go and fly back to fight Ganon, if I have time at the end of the run, I'll just purposefully go fight Aghanim to see. That's just rupees. We don't want to save him quick. I'll just purposefully do it, and then for every blue balls that Aghanim throws at me, it will be a $5 donation to the charity. Yeah, home defense. Home defense. Absolutely. Sick Kid's got to defend himself somehow because he's in the bed, so he needs ranged weapons. The worst is always like when you go to Sick Kid's house and Sick Kid gives you like a piece of heart or an entire heart container, and the Sick Kid just gave you his heart. All right, so we're going to the Dark World, and then we'll see what dungeons we need to do there. What do we got? What do we got? All right, so we got to go to Turtle Rock. We got to go to Palace of Darkness, we gotta go to Ice Palace. We have to go to Swamp Palace. We can potentially skip Misery Mire and Thieves Town, but we have to do Skullwoods. I think I'm still gonna check the first 4 things in Thieves Town, because there are 4 potential item checks in Thieves Town. So we might still just go there, even though it's a pendant dungeon. But we're not gonna finish it. We're just gonna do a little lap around the right inside and see what we can find in those first 4 items. Okay. So this dungeon, there are only 2 items in the whole thing, and we've already found one of them. Let's go down this hole. And the name of the game here is let's just not fight any unnecessary enemies, because then we can go fast. Big key. I might save that big key so that we can show off just some like some bomb jump strats and whatnot. But for right now, I could potentially open that big chest, but I think we're gonna skip it. Ah. All right, so now we have both of the items for this dungeon. The hook shot and the powder. We can't fight the boss yet, so we are effectively done in this dungeon, and you're not going to get to see the bomb jump in this dungeon anymore. Hey, there's some bombs, though. I'm going to check the cave over here just to see what we got. We don't necessarily have to go in, but we're just going to go around. It's one of a few items in the game that you can see from the overworld to know whether or not we actually have to go over there and get it. But we already have the cape, so we're good. It's only 10 arrows, so we're going to skip it. I'm going to come down here because then I don't have to worry about the red guard that's in this next room towards the top. He's charging at me right now. And then we're going to go, instead of going right into the dungeon, we're going to come around to the side of this house over here, because there is one check in here. We get a heart, piece of heart. You're about to see one of the death warps that I was kind of talking about. Because I don't have a mirror, unless I get a mirror in here. I'm also gonna do a room. So there's like some dark rooms in the game, and normally you need a lantern to see your way through the dark rooms. However, if you know what you're doing and where all the oh, that's got an anti-fairy under it. If you know where all the twists and turns are in the dark rooms, you don't need the lantern to go through them. For the most part, I won't do a dark room without it, but there are a couple that I can do. Oh yeah, so with the armor that he picks up, the shirt color is going to change. We currently have blue mail, so we're going to take half of the damage that we normally would take. It's going to help me out with things like the Mothula fight and whatnot. These first 4 chests right here, oh, cool, bombs. These 4 chests right here, one of them is always guaranteed. Oh, you are going to see Emberell, just because I want to bump this guy a whole bunch. One of those first 4 items is always going to be the big key for that dungeon in the randomizer. Unless you're playing the Key Sanity version, which I would not have been able to do in 2 hours. So we did the Death Warp. It got me back out to the entrance of the dungeon, and it's much, much faster than going around. He just gave me my money back. switch back to the bombs. There's a the one flower right here. Sometimes it gives you a bomb, sometimes it doesn't. And we got more rupees. So sometimes on my routing, there's a thing that we can do over here that is like a shovel mini game. Because I only have 100 rupees and it costs 80 to do the shovel mini game, and because it takes 15, 20, sometimes 30 seconds to do it, we're just gonna skip that for now. We're gonna check out this grove, and then we're gonna make our way to Hype Cave. If Hype Cave doesn't have anything, all right. So we're pretty set for this run then. I need 2 more sword upgrades is all I really need. We got silver arrows now, so most of the bosses are gonna die incredibly fast. Armos Knights normally take 3 arrows per boss, per knight, and now that we have these silver arrows, it is a 1-shot, and they are dead. Same thing with Vitreous. All of the eyeballs, you can just plop an arrow right into the center of them, and then that is done. 2 arrows into the big eyeball, and that boss is dead. We have red mail now. We have a red potion now. We have a bug catching net. So I'll give that cave a 2 out of 10 hype because we got red mail out of there. Maybe 3 because we got a red potion as well. All right, so we're gonna skip out on this now because we're gonna do what I was talking about earlier with where you could potentially do some of the rooms without the lantern. We're gonna do that as soon as we go back down into that sanctuary basement where we started, because now I have bombs. So with the, let me do a quick inventory check. With the dungeons that we need, I potentially need either the book or the flute to be able to get to the desert palace. I need a fire source. There's some boots. Gotta go fast. We got boots now. Oh, that's my house. I don't want to go to my house. That's not good. When you spam buttons and you accidentally go to your house when you want to go to Sanctuary. So we got boots. We're going to go fast. We're going to try and do as much dashing around with the boots as we can. One of the things I never knew about this game, playing it casually, is that if you start a dash with the boots and then you turn to face another direction after the dash has started, you will turn that direction and dash instead. So if I start to the left and I push up, then I will start dashing upwards. I would like that magic, please. Alright, so this room, we normally need the lantern to get through this. However, I know which path we need to take. So we're going to jump down this little ledge. We're going to go over here. We're going to go down a little bit. And then as soon as we hit a wall, we're going to go up and over to the right. Now we've picked up the old man. Here, we're going to just hug this bottom wall until we go down a little bit. And then we're going to walk into this wall that's going to move us up and to the right twice. And then as soon as we can go down, there's some bats that we're just going to skip past. And then we are out of the cavern. And Gary gave us a blue boomerang. I like to call it the bloomerang. Now on here, we're going to do an item dash with the hook shot, and then we got spin speed. We retain spin speed on our way up the ladder. You can get spin speed 2 different ways. One of them is the item dash with the hook shot. All right, what do we got here? It's just a rupee, so we don't care. All right, so that's all checked. Now we're going to go around to the other side. So the spin speed is essentially just you have dash speed, but you can move in any of the directions. instead of having to go in just one single direction. You can obtain it 2 ways. One of them is to store up a spin slash, and on the very frame that you release the spin slash, you hit the dash button, and then you'll get it that way. The other way is to do an item dash, which is hitting the dash button, which for me is A, and Y, which is the item button, at the same frame when you have the hook shot equipped. So we could potentially not be able to do Tower of Hera, although we maybe could. It really depends on if we get a small key in one of the first 2 chests without getting a big key. We want to keep bombs because we're going to do a bomb jump over the hole over here. We got 40 rupees, some bombs, a big heart, and ether. Ether and Quake early is good because now we're gonna have potentially have enough of the medallions. If we need bombos for one of the other for one of the 2 dungeons, you need the medallions to get into Turtle Rock and to get into Misery Mire. And in the randomizer version, even which one of those that you need is randomized. Normally it is Quake will get you into Turtle Rock, and Ether will get you into Misery Mire. In the randomizer, it could be Bombos is both. It could be Bombos is one and Quake is the other. That is kind of all up to the randomizer, which ones that we're going to need. We're going to check over here on the left first, just to see, and we're hoping for a big key. That is a compass, so I don't care. If we don't get a big key in this next chest, we are out of this dungeon. Because I don't have a fire source to do the basement room. Hey, cool. So we're about to get our first crystal. Knock that guy down the hole. Knock that guy down the hole. Switch to the hammer for the quick kill on that guy through here. We've already hit the blue, so we're good to go there. And then in this room, if you come down here and then you go all the way down, you can just squeeze past that and not have to worry about anything. I'm gonna switch back to the hook shot because we're gonna go over this gap right here. We got some bombs. Normally in any percent you would do a bomb jump right here, but we're just gonna go over the gap and then we're gonna bonk over that. So we're gonna go. And then it's time for everybody's favorite Moldorm. There's a way, I don't know what the strat is, but there's a way to like dash through that bumper. We'll go hammer strats on Moldorm. So we're gonna fight Moldorm with a hammer today. Normally, I think it's like 8 hits on the tail with the sword. Or like, maybe it might be 10. It might be 5 with the spin slashes. And on the last one, he gets fast. So we want to try and kill Moldorm before it gets fast. But with the hammer, it is 3 hammer hits, and then Moldorm is finished. And we have our first crystal. We got a key there. So there's another item in the basement of this dungeon. I just can't get to it yet because I don't have a fire source. I'm missing a fire rod or the lantern. So I can't do anything in the basement just yet. So we're gonna go back over here to the right side because we can do the spiral cave. I tend to skip the spiral cave unless I have boots, which we do. Just because it's much quicker to get around here with the boots than if you just do it normally. Gotta watch that guy because he'll stun you. Usually if you can make that cycle, that blue jelly will go over to the right side, and you can kind of just squeeze down the left path and not have to worry about the jelly. We got a heart piece there, so we're out of here. Now we're going to go check out those things that I was talking about at the beginning of the game. We're going to go check out the dam and the mini Moldorm cave. The only thing that you have to worry about with doing like saving quits is it won't, if you're at full hearts and you do a save and quit, it will not put you at the number of hearts that you had. You always lose a little bit. So we're gonna come down here and we're gonna try and get this glitch. We can push this block and then hook shot to the chest so that we can get the chest and then continue on. The other thing to do there, and we don't have it, is if you do a mirror while you're pushing the block in a non... I don't need that because I have red mail. If you're doing the... if you're pushing a block in a non-dungeon and you use the mirror, the block will just disappear. And we got that, so we'll do that as well. Okay. Dead. Mini Moldorms are the bane of my existence. Because I like to hit them with this, and then they move. Give me that fairy, though. We're a little light on rupees. We got a book, though, so we could potentially get... we could potentially get to the Crystal in the Desert Palace. But it really depends on, again... Oh, no, we can't, because we don't have a fire source. I can do most of the dungeon, I just need the fire source. We're going to try over here first. So we're going to go up here. This is what is normally the Ice Rod Cave. This is like part speedrun, part glitch exhibition of the glitches that I actually know how to do. So we're going to come over here and not fall down the hole. If we run into that doorway, we've set up for another glitch. So we're just going to dash down here. We're going to dash over here. We're going to dash here, jump into the water. Now we're just running on the water. We're going to check out what's over here. There's a mushroom. And then we're going to go up here and see what the hobo's got for us. This is one thing that I tried it from just watching it, not learning like how they do it, and totally soft locked my game. So we're going to hope we don't do that now. We're good. So now we're swimming without flippers. We could have done that earlier, but I wanted to see what the hobo had. The problem with doing the fake flippers is if I get hit by any enemy while I'm doing this, it is instant death. And usually the Zoras like to get me when I'm trying to go into this cave that I'm about to go into. We're good. So this cave, you go in and out because I'm currently swimming in the cave. I thought this was glitchless. I was thinking about doing no major glitches, which this is still no major glitches. Why did that do that? I don't know why that did that. Oh, maybe because I got a heart? Well, no worries. We'll just go out and in again. And we're good. Now we're back to walking on the water. We're technically still in no major glitch category. I don't think I can get that. I'm going to try it. I want that Master Sword, though, but I don't know if I can get it. Nope. Alright, so now we know there's a Master Sword there. I just can't obtain it right now. We're going to go to our house and we're going to try and do... the checks in the Eastern Palace area. Again, we're going to try not to defeat the Armos Knights because we don't need the item there. And we would need a fire source, potentially, to be able to get back to the boss. unless I was comfortable doing the one dark room that I'm not comfortable doing. And Sashrala's got 1 arrow, 10 arrows, and 10 bombs. Quite useless. This is like the kind of bane of the speedrun of this, is that I have to find all of these items, and I have no idea where most of this stuff is. So we're just gonna keep looking around and trying to do so quickly. All right, so this dungeon has 3 items in it that we can potentially look for. Boop, boop, boop. We're gonna check the one over here and get hit by a cannonball, apparently. And there's a Master Sword. So now we can potentially fight Aghanim. No, we'd still need a lantern, potentially. So that's 1. If we get 3 items in this dungeon before we have to go fight the boss, we're just done here. I don't have to finish this dungeon. I don't have to come back to it. And then we just have to find out where all of the other things are. I'm starting to think that it's going to be in Thieves Town. So this next room after, the next room after this one is kind of an interesting room. There are 4 skeletons in this room, but they don't appear until you cross over an invisible line. But if we do this and go up and hit that one in the head, and then we hit that one, we only have to kill 2 of them. That is an excellent item. And now we got 1 more. And that's 3. So we are done with this dungeon. I don't have to go any further. What am I checking now? We're gonna check. What do I want to do? We have arrows, so let's try. Let's try Palace of Darkness. I need a fire source, but I could potentially get one. And if I get the fire source from the Palace of Darkness, then we have rupees. If I get the fire source in the Palace of Darkness, then we can finish that one, and then that's a crystal. If not, we can at least leave through like Death Warp. And get us back out pretty quickly in order to check the pyramid. We check the pyramid ledge that normally you would need to defeat the first Aghanim to unlock, because we can find items in an order that don't really matter for that. We can just quickly go through. Don't get hit by anything here, otherwise Kiki leaves you and it costs you another 10 rupees to get him. But 100 rupees and Kiki will open the dungeon for you. We're gonna go over here to the left. There's 1 item down here in the bottom. I like to not dash down to that one, because if you do open the chest. If you dash to the first one, or if you dash or hookshot to the skull, and then you try to hookshot or dash to the other one, typically those heads will hit you, or the fireballs will hit you. So I usually just walk down to the first one casually, pick up the skull, and then hook shot over the chest once it appears. A bomb or a dash will get you into this room. Same thing here. A bomb or a dash will open that up. And then boop, boop. If you come over here to the side and you go straight up, you'll be able to dash through most of this room until you get right about to where that red jellyfish is. We got a key. We got a mirror. So that'll be good to help us get out of here if we need to. Get out of my way, please. Hit the switch, and then you can do another little trick right here. If you dash and you bonk off that, you can just get over that ledge. I think that was 2 items out of however many are in here. My tracker is not keeping track of the items that I'm picking up, or the number of items in each dungeon. We got 2 there. We got 2 there. We got 2 here. 3 here, 1 here. We got a key. That mirror is going to be pretty helpful for a lot of the things in this run. Just helping me get around. Like if I go do not the lumberjacks, the blacksmiths. That whole chain of picking up the frog, taking him back to the light world. It was doable before I got the mirror, but it's significantly easier now. Bomb, please. Thank you. We want to find a mirror, or a lantern, please. That's not a lantern, though. I'm going to check this just because it's probably a key for a key. Probably. Key for bombs. So that means there's a key down here. We're going to do this room blind as well. I'm going to do this, though. Where am I? You get a fairy out of that guy? Nope, that's too far. There's a key. And another key. All right. I'm not doing the other dark room blind, so we'll go this way. We'll go back out. And we'll check the pyramid ledge. And the catfish. And if pyramid ledge and catfish don't have anything, I guess I can check the King's Tomb and the graveyard ledge because I have the gloves and I have the mirror and the boots. But we've already got a large number of items. We're just looking for a couple key items to kind of get me on my way. I need a fire rod, I need an ice rod, I need a lantern, and I need a mirror. And I think those are most of the items that we need for the remainder of the run. If I can find all of those things, we'll be pretty smooth sailing. Do I need flippers? Swamp Palace. Yes, I need flippers as well. I should have picked up the mushroom because we know where that is. And if we need an extra sword, I know where one of those is as well. I don't necessarily need the last sword because of what we have right now. With the setup that we've currently got, I would have been okay without the silver arrows, but I would prefer one more sword. I can do the rest of the game with just the Master Sword, I don't really want to. So if we don't find another sword, just yes, please. If we don't find another sword just anywhere in the game, I know that there's the one in the Zora's domain, so we'll pick that one up. Go back this way. We're gonna get our hook shot out because now we're gonna go over to the graveyard ledge. Again, we're looking for both the rods, the fire rod and the ice rod, so that we can defeat Trinex in Turtle Rock. We're looking for potentially I don't know yet. We may need Bombos. We're gonna need a mirror, or not a mirror, the lantern. There's a flute, so that gets us a little bit closer to Misery Mire. We would have needed the flute to get to Misery Mire, although that's a pendant dungeon, so we don't necessarily need to do it. But it also gives us 3 more checks, and it gives us an easier way to get around. Just quick bomb on there and go. 300 rupees. We'll grab that just because that puts us over the threshold for the Zora, for King Zora, and it puts us over the threshold for if we need to buy the big bomb in Kakariko Village. Speaking of Kakariko Village, let's go pay them a visit. From here, we're going to activate the flute, and we're going to do the blacksmith quest line. Because we have all the items that we can do all of that. So we're going to switch to this. We're going to go down here. We're going to go over here. We're going to use this. And then we're going to activate the flute. So now we need the fire rod, the ice rod, the lantern, and the flippers, and that's it. And then we're essentially go mode already, and can just fly through the rest of this game. Now we can actually fly through the rest of this game because we have the duck. Get out of my way. Stealing my bombs. You can take the rupees and you can take the arrows, just don't take my bombs. Looks like Key to Sanity. Any other special settings? So nope. This is pretty basic as far as the settings go. I think this is just a standard randomizer. I don't think I changed anything. I was contemplating leaving it as a hard item pool because I've been doing a number of runs as the hard item pool, having just done the qualifiers for the Link to the Past randomizer tournament. And all the hard item pool would have been is we couldn't have gotten anything past green mail. You can't get anything past the tempered sword or bacon sword. Silver arrows are not there, and I believe the number of hearts are reduced. The number of hearts that you can obtain. Yeah, I got you. Hard item pool is oddly enough where my PB is right now. My personal best on this game is 1 hour and 23 minutes, and it was on a hard item pool. It's kind of like where I feel comfortable, and it's why I decided to do the normal entrance randomizer instead of doing open, because it guaranteed me those first couple checks. So now we're gonna do an item dash with the hammer, so that we can just hit all these pegs all at once. I would like to preface by saying I am in no way, shape, or form incredible at this game. Like, there's people that put down times that are insanely better than mine, but I like to have fun with it. All Alright. So now we got purple chest. We're going to do a couple checks with the purple chest while we got it, just because they're on the way to turn in the purple chest. I believe that in the base game, you cannot jump off ledges with the purple chest. I think you have to go around. But I'm not 100% sure on that. So this, normally the chest won't let you go into the cave while you're carrying it, so you just press A, drop off the chest, and then go into here. It's just rupees, so we're out. Make sure you pick the chest back up, and make sure that it's following you. Any dashing will drop off the chest, and then you'll have to pick up the chest again. There is a glitch that if you take damage from something and you're in iframes and you start a dash, the game doesn't recognize that you're dashing for the purpose of moving around while you've got the purple chest. So you are able to do a dash if you take damage on a certain frame. Let's check out the things in the desert. Oh, you know what? We still want this because we're gonna go and we're gonna check the tablet here. For $5. We're gonna go back to bombs. Through the door. If this doesn't pan out, I think the next option is to go to the right side of Death Mountain. Do some checks up there. Super Bunny Cave and the Hookshot Cave are probably the next options for me if I don't find any of those items in here. If I find the Ice Rod, we're still going to keep going around and looking for things. If I find the Fire Rod, we'll probably go finish Swamp Palace, or Skull Woods, rather. That's just $20, so we don't care about that. Where's the book? We got Triple D. I love this sprite so much. It brings me so much joy. And the question is, where are the heckin' rods? Absolutely. Or the lamp. Like, I need the lantern or a rod or the fire rod in order to finish this dungeon. Alright, let's go down here. Or take that full in the face. So over here we're gonna find a small key in this chest. See? I told you. Small key. Some of the stuff I could just, like, you just know what's about to show up because it's the only logical thing that can be there. But, like, when you're like, oh, it should be this thing, and then it is, it's when it's not something that's logical, it's always fun. Just calling your shots. We picked up one thing so far, so we're gonna go like this. We got two, so we're out because we don't have a fire source. We are gonna do flute. So we're gonna do, there's 3 checks here. There's 2 in the Mire Shed and then 1 in Checkerboard Cave. And we can find out what Misery Mire is if we need to go in there. Misery Mire is Bombos. Would you stop going in the water, please? Still nothing. People are about to get banned. That's cool. Banned for puns. Don't actually ban for puns. Puns are great. All right, so we're gonna pick up this. This is Checkerboard Cave. This might be the first instance that we see of the blocker race. If yes, we are. All those blocks are just gone, and now we can finish Desert Palace. So now we need an ice rod, we need a lantern, and we need the flippers. We're gonna key dash through this door. If you're on the very bottom pixel of that room and you just do a dash, you will dash through the door and go up the stairs without bonking on the door. Into this room. Let's prep the fire rod. Same thing. If you dash off of that that torch there, you will key dash through the door and not bonk off of it. Hit that. Hit that. Let's see if I can get this. Walk there. You just go here. I was off. I was too fast with my shot on the right, but that should have been it. There's another one. What are we at? Two crystals, but we're well on our way to other ones. Let me see what potions we have real quick. We got green and two greens and a red? Oh, 2 reds and a green. All right, we're gonna go to Ice Palace. And then when we're done with Ice Palace, we're gonna go get the mushroom. So easy flippers here. Just go into. You stupid crab. Easy flippers, fake flippers here. If you just go up onto this ledge, go back, pick up this thing, go up as far as you can, and then you throw it upwards and then go into the water. You will get the fake flippers every time if you just do exactly what I did there. Oh, come on. Come on, guy. We're going to do Icebreaker because we are not playing no major glitches. Icebreaker is considered a major glitch. So is Diver Down. Diver Down is not a strat I am familiar with, so we're not even going to attempt it today. But I do know Icebreaker, so we're going to do that right now. So we didn't. So that's one item. Where's my? I have the red cane, so I should be able to do this pretty easily. But because we don't want to mess it up, we're gonna hit that, and then we're gonna go back into here, back over here. And then we're going to do Icebreaker. Nope. Come on. You need to be like 1 pixel over this blue line, into this blue line. And then you walk into the wall, but you walk like downwards, and if you get stuck, you can set this up. Wondering if, like, his shadow is off. There we go. Okay. So now if we just do that again, we just go through the wall. The first time I watched somebody do that skip, as they were like trying to explain it, I was just like, what is happening? I thought that, like, I tried to watch it without listening to the audio on it, or I tried to do it without hearing the audio of, like, what they were explaining. And I was like, yes, maybe I just can't do that because you have to, like, press down and to the right at the same time to get you, like, stuck on that, to get you stuck on the wall there. And I was having troubles doing it, and I was like, maybe they have a controller or their configuration, because I kept, like, sliding down the wall, but a lot of it was just I didn't understand. I didn't have the headphone stuff in to know what they were doing. All right, so the other item is on in iced tea. So we're gonna go back and go to iced tea. Oops. This fight is a lot less scary when you have the red mail. Oh. Now we gotta wait for the fire. Iced tea just had a heart. But we got magic. That's gonna help us. That's gonna help us. Okay, so we go down here. We go here. Up here. So this will put us on the other side of that wall. Or the other side of the hole in the room before the big chest. We're a little light on hearts, so I'm actually going to go up into this room to get the hearts refill so that we can get the quick on Cold Stare here. Because we don't have bombos, so we can't get Cold Stare out of the ice fast. Like super fast. So normally you just have to use the fire rod, and it's eight fire rods. But if you have your beam sword, it is 4 fire rods followed immediately by beam swords. Then you just put Cold Stare in the corner. This fight is was one of my least favorites casually. Now I don't mind it. Hey! Alright, so that finishes. This will allow me to finish. What do we got? We can go to Palace of Darkness. We can do Skull Woods. The only thing that we're missing is the ice rod and the flippers. Let's do fake flippers again to go get the mushroom, just because. Why not use the fancy arrows? You can't use the arrows on Cold Stare. I wish I wish you could. You unfortunately cannot use the arrows on Cold Stare. Fire source leading to fire source is very fire. Oh, you know what? That didn't work. That doesn't work. Because I need to be in the dark world, and I don't think that there's a way to do fake flippers with the dark world. So let's go finish Palace of Darkness. I always forget that the hammer is right next to the flute. I keep playing this as if I'm playing hard item pool, and I don't want to get hit by anything. But with red mail, I don't really care. Alright, so in here we can just go into the back half, get the 3 things that are in the 2 small chests and the big chest. We'll warp back to the beginning, and then we'll be on our way to fight the Helmasaur King. Helmasaur King, you absolutely can use the fancy silver arrows on. 100%. Just gonna go over here. Don't mind me. Right onto the back. We got 2 keys, and I believe we have all the other items that we need out of this dungeon. We got... Oh, no. So there's a map and a compass somewhere. Don't breathe fire on me. There's bombs. If this next thing is just an item, then we're just going to warp back, and we're going to be on our way to the boss, because that means the map and the compass are in the next 2 items. Here we're just going to warp back regardless, because we've already got everything else in here. And the boss is going to have the compass. But we're going to be another crystal closer. I don't know if I marked what other dungeon was the crystal, was the red crystal. Ah. So this room just boom, boom, boom. Fancy silver arrows. One up there, and then you can come down here, dash to the right. Pop that guy in the eyeball. And while this is going, we can kind of think about our lives. I need flippers and I need an ice rod. Where can they not be? Flippers cannot be in Swamp Palace. We absolutely could have, and I really hope this is not the case. Flippers could be in Turtle Rock that lead to an ice rod that's in Swamp Palace. That is the worst case scenario. I see this and I see a fairy. Alright, so 17 hammer hits to the face. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, shoot. If you hit him in the face and smash off his helmet when he's got fireballs out, the fireballs just go away. And that is another crystal. I believe I didn't mark it right, but I think that one was also a red. Let me check my inventory. That is not a red. What's my other red then? Skullwoods. Okay. So we'll go do that now. So that we have the Pyramid Fairy. And because it shouldn't be that difficult with the items that I have. We have the gloves, so we're just going to go right up the middle. And we can go through this dungeon quickly because we don't need anything in here. We've already got all the items, so... This is a really quick, just burn Mothula to the ground, and we're good to go. Let's see how many keys we have. If we have 2 keys, we have no keys, alright. We'll pick up the one and then we'll get the other one on the Gibdo at the end here. That guy just hit himself into a spike and died. Well done, friend. So all 6 of these. Both of these. I'm just gonna skip most of this room. And then we're into this room. I love that the Moldorm over there is just stuck. We're gonna kill the Moldorm just because. Because I was hoping for magic, and he didn't give me any. This fight is also one of my least favorite casually. Because whoever designed this fight had a really bad day at work. Like a monumentally bad day at work to come up with this design. I don't think most of these hits are doing anything though. In this fight, I would rather use my red potions than my green. And there's another one. And that opens up Pyramid Fairy. But I think we're going to check Death Mountain. Death Mountain. So just come over here, stand next to that guy, and then you'll be good to go. I suppose I could have just done a save and quit, but I think that it's actually faster to do it that way. Where is Hookshot? Any damage or dashing will cancel the spin speed, which is why it's sometimes kind of dangerous to do it on this mountain, but it is what it is. We're gonna do. We can do this one of 2 ways. I can do the mirror strat in this cave, or I can do the hookshot strat. You essentially push this block here and hookshot to those, or you can just erase them. The hookshot strat for that one is a little bit more difficult because of the second block that you have to do. You have to push the one on the left, and then do, and then as you push the one on the right, you have to hookshot to the one on the left. And sometimes it doesn't work. All right, we're gonna see what this is first. Ah, thank you. It's not bombos. Ah! Alright. Still looking for an ice rod or flippers. Ice rod or flippers. Or we get a shovel. Alright, we're gonna check this dungeon for some ice rod or flippers. And then we're going to be super salty when it doesn't have either. But now we can at least get into Turtle Rock, so that's good. And in we go. I'm actually going to release that. Throw that, please. Just so that we have an empty bottle slot, because I don't need that B. Usually I'll go left side first, or right side first, and then go into those two rooms, but because of still needing 2 items, we're going to go right first. So the quick strat for this next room requires that you have both the fire rod and the hook shot, because we go up instead of going down. Like both of these at the same time, like this one, like this one. Grab your hook shot, pull onto this, and then you take the damage, and then you just come right back up here. Piece of cake. Pull yourself to that, you won't take that damage. You got a big key, okay. And then I believe over here on the left, under one of these, is a heart, yep, and full magic. So then we can go up here. We are really hoping that there's an ice rod in here at some point. Light that guy on fire. This next strat's pretty cool, if I can pull it off. I've only ever seen it done like once or twice. So that makes it so that like the first fireball hits the left torch, or the left switch. The right fireball then travels towards the right switch. As it's traveling, you push the block, and then when the second fireball hits the right switch, it turns the block on, makes you invulnerable, and then you can walk through the enemies. Now we're in Burrell. Ah. Normally I wouldn't check this, because it's probably a key for a key, but it's a key for a heart. got, what, 2 dungeons left? This one and Swamp Palace, and that's all we need? I think we're making okay time. Not PB worthy, but the hunt that we're having to do for some of this stuff is obnoxious. The fire source for fire source was a bit much. Here, if you just pull on the wall without touching any other buttons, the mimics will actually walk wherever you want them to. We're going to use that again in Ganon's Tower. Back into our portal. We're really hoping that Laser Bridge comes through with a good ice rod. Or, consequently... Alright, so now all he needs is the flippers. That is inappropriate, sir. Block off the wall here. Hit that thing. That's cold. Haha. Alright, so if we do this, down on this first one, follow it around, down on the second one. Right there. We go around here. If you hook shot while you're moving, the fire bars will go right through you, except when you miss your turn. Again, this one just hold left until you go down, and then you're there. I still want to check Laser Bridge because I need a key, and B, I need flippers. So we're gonna get the cape out because I don't want to take any damage. That is awesome. And then we're gonna get pegged by the thing. So now I know where the butter sword is. I don't care about the butter sword. Bacon is good enough. What do we got as far as items in the dungeon goes? The map is all we're missing. That's fine. So the boss has the map. Actually, that bacon sword right there is really good timing, because it's going to help with the boss. What about Red King? So the way you set this dungeon up is this boss fight, you go Ice Rod first, over to the left to the red. After your second one, you switch to your ice, so that as the one's getting destroyed, you can start damaging the other one. And then you get your spin slash ready, so when he comes out of the shell, you get him once, you get him twice, 3 times, and then he's dead. I was fortunate that he was far enough to the right so I could get that 3rd slash on it before it became active. Otherwise, you can't hit the head anymore, and you have to hit it in that middle section. But that was a good quick kill on Trinix. Now we're going flipper hunting. We'll go with the pedestal or the tablet first into Spike Cave. And if it's not in either of those, then we'll check Pyramid Ferry, maybe? I don't know. We're really limited in the number of places that the flippers could be, but it's literally the only thing that we need. I also apologize for all of the flashing lights. I always forget like how flashy this game is at certain points. The red boomerang, cool. Okay, so we're gonna save and quit out of here. What am I doing? Oh, I should have went down to the basement. It's fine. Let's check the Grove. And then we'll check the Pyramid Ferry. Because it's either Grove, Pyramid Ferry, the shovel minigame. I'll take half magic though. The shovel minigame, the backside of Thieves Town, or the basement of Tower of Hera. It's in one of those locations. Or I guess it could be from the Zora. Oh, Vanilla Zora would be interesting. If it's shovel minigame, I quit. You can't get me. It is not Lumberjacks. It is decidedly not Lumberjacks. I'm really hoping it's not Tower of Hera. I'm hoping that it's here. But the nice thing is we'll be able to, because we literally have everything else that we need, we'll be able to do a really fast Swamp Palace and Ganis Tower. Come on, flip us. Hey, okay, we're gonna go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is go mode. We are officially in go mode. And we know where the butter sword is if we wanted to go get it, but at this point in time I don't need it. Ooh, we got the dash backwards. There we go. What do I need? I need the hook shot. No, I don't. I need the hammer. Thank you for the fairy. We're gonna try the quick kill on Argus as well. And then as soon as we get the hammer down the peg that's in this locked room here, we're going to switch to the hook shot, and then we're good. Thank you. Do the item dash. Please do the item dash. All right, this room, hammer the peg down, and then hit the switch and flood the room. To the hook shot. This is one of 2 dungeons where you do not need a big key. I guess, yeah, 2 dungeons where you don't need a big key. The other one is the Skullwoods. In the randomizer only. And then up through here, and dash through this room, into this waterfall. This guy usually won't zap you. But then we go up here, grab this key, back down here, and then we're gonna try and get the quick kill on Argus. I should have bumped another one of those guys just so I was sure that I didn't have the beam sword coming into this fight, because you want to be able to not hit these clouds with the beam. Alright, let's see if we can get it. Oh, I missed with the spin. You get him with a spin, fire rod, and then a spin, and you'll kill him on contact every time. That was still a decent Argus fight. And that gives us all the crystals that we need. So we're going to save and quit and go up to the dungeon. Up to the top of Death Mountain. As long as I don't mess up. We're going to kiss Gary for good luck. Come on. And then I hit the wrong button. Go! I don't actually know what the fastest way to the Dark World and then to where I need to go is. I think it's this, but it could be going through the other thing and then going up and using the portal on Turtle Rock. I don't really know which one is faster. Ooh, almost missed that. And messing up that one would have definitely locked me out of being able to do that. All right, so now we're going to Ganon's Tower. There are 20 potential items to go through. So in chat, put how many items you think it's going to be before we find the big key. 1 through 20, I believe, is the number. I actually think it's 1 through 23, but one of them, I think a couple of them are like the map and the compass and whatnot. And the number is the number of items that I pick up, I believe. The one on the lantern, if I don't pick it up, it doesn't count. So I always go right side first. If I find a key in a small key in either of these chests, then we go to the right side. If we didn't, we would have gone left side. All of the 8s in chat now. I always used to do this room with the bomb. You throw a bomb over there, and then I watch people do this room, and they just like casually toss that. And then sometimes they do this. Swag strats. There's Bombos. So now we can go to Misery Mire. We're just gonna go down here real quick. I wasn't counting, so I forgot how many that was already. So hopefully somebody else is counting and can tell me what item I get this on. I'm gonna take that heart just because reasons. We'll find out at the end. The end tells you which one you found it on. There, there. Back to the hook shot. Bonk over the ledge. That's a compass. That's a blue rupee. That's a small key. It's gonna be on Armos Nights, I know it. No! It's $50. It's totally gonna be. It's either gonna be Armos Nights or it's gonna be in that room, and I'm gonna have to wait for all the blocks to disappear. Pick up that key there. We're good on keys. Oop. Go for the jump over the fire. This down here. All right. So there's 4 items in here. I'm gonna tell you that it's not 8. I don't know what number we're on, but it is decidedly not 8. Let's see if I can get this. Boop. Right over. At least Armos Nights, I'm gonna have the silver arrows for it. So it's either one of the 3 things in here, or it's the room that I did not want it to be. What do we got? Nope. Nope. Hey, the last thing that I checked. There was literally only one other place that could have been. Literally one. So this room, we're just gonna have the 2 mimics come to us. And with silvers, it makes quick work of them. Makes quick work of these guys too. I miss having silvers. Oh man, like that whole tournament that I just did, it was the hard item pool, so I didn't have any access to silvers. This is like refreshing. And then up here, now we gotta fight our way through this mini gauntlet. Oop. We have 9 bombs, so we're good. We're good on magic. I was kind of hoping that I didn't have silvers on the knights. Not the ice knights. I like absolutely wanted silvers, but I was hoping that I would have had to fight the other ones without silvers, because that strat is pretty awesome as well. Alright, back to the silvers. Oh, and they're being buttholes today. Switch to the rod. And then you get all 3 of these guys at the same time. That strat is still like one of the most satisfying things. Apparently I'm gonna run into that moblin. I don't know how I missed this guy. Third time's a charm. There's apparently a faster way to do this. I like to just go this way. Just make sure if you're doing it from that angle, you don't fall down the hole. I don't need the magic in that top right pot, so we're gonna go this way. I don't need a key from these guys, so I'm just gonna go boop. Switch to bonds, and hopefully not ruin this strat. Yay, first try. I am notoriously bad at throwing that bomb. Specifically that bomb. Oh no, Anne Burrell! No! No! I'm gonna open that door while we're waiting. Come on. Quit being a dingus. Swag chest. I think we're gonna come in a little bit under 2 hours, so I might do the first Aghanim fight, just to see how many blue balls we get. Got 1. Doing Aghanim 1 for fun and for donation purposes. I'm going $5 for every blue ball I get on Aga 1. I encourage anybody else that wants to do the same, but I'm going to do $5 for every blue ball on Aga 1. Here's to all the blue balls. There is a maximum of 15. I'll tell you that much. I think this lands me where I need to be. No. Whatever. It's fine. We'll actually count the blue balls this time instead of getting distracted and just picking up items. All right. Aga 1 for fun. Come to me, boys. Dead. Dead. Ah! You jerk. For the longest time, I didn't know you could just go down in this room. I thought you had to go up and around. You can totally just go down and get this key this way. This room, I believe, is the one with the bowman that I have to kill at the bottom. No, it's not. It's the two dashing guys. And even if I lose a bunch of hearts in here, it doesn't matter because there's a tree right by the Ganon fight that has a fairy in it. This is the one with the bowman is at the bottom. Kill this bowman right here as soon as you come in the room. Go up and then in the door. This is always fun. Just grab the key without having to go into that little area that the enemy's in. I don't know why the hookshot didn't fully extend there. I think he's got hookshot problems. Oh, I got it, but then I got the item dash. But then I went back onto the stairs. Normally you can get like up to where that torch is by the time he does that. Alright, we're counting blue balls. $5 per blue ball. One. No, it's not one. I lied. That's one. He's gonna get me to 15, I know it. Alright, so we're at 1. This fight goes in cycles of 4. So he'll do 4 attacks, and then he'll do the lightning. Oh, he's being mean. He's being mean to the charity today. 1 blue balls. I'll donate $5 for blue balls. Aghanim sucks real bad today. Cape. So put yourself in a good location. That's a good location. Oh, come on, I hit him. He shouldn't get the fire bat. That one he should have. He'll get it on that one as well. Oh no! I almost fell down a hole. Come on. Would you stop? Would you please stop? Oh, good lord. Come on, put yourself in a good place. That's good. Whoop. Trying to get doubles. This is not how you get doubles. We'll just go singles, it's fine. Alright, so time is going to be as soon as I walk through the door at the end of this bridge. Alright. And time. Whew. Under 2. I like it. All right. So I think that's it. I'm gonna speed through the credits here, and we're gonna look at some of the end of the game stuff, so like times and item collections and whatnot. And while I'm doing that, we'll kind of wrap up. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you, great Toddman, for putting on this event. It's an awesome event for a great cause. I encourage everybody to throw some monies at the charity. Like I said, I'm gonna do $5 for the blue balls, but I'll probably also do a bunch more just as other people are playing and on my own as well. I think that is pretty much gonna wrap it up for me. I'm just gonna speed through right here and look at some time stuff at the end. So we got 148.11 on the official time with 165 things picked up. So I think that's good. And yeah, again, thank you, Toddman, for putting this together. Thank you to all the runners who submitted runs. I'll turn it back over to you, and we'll see what everybody else has. Thanks a lot.
More Deeps, thank you so much for the Link to the Past randomizer run. Really appreciate that. Always a fun run to watch. I love that game. Again, second best game ever created behind Final Fantasy VII, and nobody can tell me otherwise. Alright, Kane, welcome. Egg Rolls, welcome. We're going to go ahead. We had a little bit of a change in the schedule. We are not going to be having the Super Mario 64 70-star run. Instead, we're going to be taking a peek into the world of Doom. I'm going to go ahead and get that setting up for y'all. Please be patient with us and enjoy the music.